They funded it from start to finish. It's not cost us a penny, zero cost.
It sounds like too good to be true.
Too good to be, exactly. And I'm very sceptical, but seriously, I'm happy to speak to any football club, any business about what we did with SNRG, and it's true. We've safeguarded the future increases of our tariffs, and we're in a lot better place than where we were a year and a half ago.
SNRG has funded and installed 472 cost and carbon-saving solar panels on the roof of Bradford City Stadium. With 200 kilowatts of solar PV on the stadium roof, the League Two football club will save an estimated £10,000 a year in energy costs, while avoiding 17 tonnes of carbon dioxide emissions in the first year. This cost saving could be a huge difference for a club of Bradford's size when it comes to such things as signing new players. We caught up with Bradford City Chief Commercial Officer Davide Longo, who first made his name as a professional rugby league player and who believes stadium solar could be hugely beneficial for clubs across many sports.
Yeah, it's quite a wide role really, so I'm pretty much responsible for all the revenue streams that come into the club, whether that's me going out and seeking sponsorship, partnership arrangements, or generally just looking at the supply chain of how much we spend on certain services and products. We entered into a partnership with a company called What Utilities. They're our official sustainability partners at Bradford City Football Club, and that all came around. Basically, we looked at a sustainability plan and journey that we wanted to go on. We're probably like most companies and businesses at that time where we knew what the word meant and what we should be doing, but we certainly didn't know how to action any of that. So we looked around the football world and we had a meeting with Forest Green Rovers, who gave us some real detail in how they started and what they've been doing, and we took a little bit of that on board and decided we came up with our own plan with the support of What Utilities, and although we was doing quite a number of things in terms of sustainability, so we was looking at food reduction, we was looking at how we would save energy through light sensors and some of those little controllable things that we could do. We felt that we needed to be looking a bit more deeper into it. So through SNRG and the plan that we had, we decided that we'd move to a three-phase plan of our sustainability. Plan one, phase one being the solar panels, phase two being EV charging, and phase three being battery storage. So we've completed phase one now with the solar panels. It worked out for us brilliantly. It's a PPA arrangement that we've got in place. The reason we went down that route is because, technically speaking, it safeguards our tariff and our premiums. So we was a company that had the massive increases a year or two ago, where we was paying something like 14 pence a kilowatt an hour, and it went right out to about 90 pence. So catastrophic really for us as a football club. That money was just basically going to be, it was going to reduce our budgets for spending on players and the stuff that the fans want to see. So we felt that we had to safeguard the future of the club, and we've done that through the solar.
I think it's such a brilliant way of making sure that you take control back of your energy, and we've seen it on various different SNRG projects as well around the country. They don't just do football clubs and rugby clubs, but also any buildings with a huge roof space, they can put solar on it. That's and right. Start to give you control of your power back. Yeah. So I guess that's a bit of a no-brainer when it comes to a football club.
It is. I mean, we're quite blessed at Valley Parade that we've got huge stands, and when we first looked at the project, again, one of the biggest challenges for a football club is we've got a very short turnaround. We come out of one season pretty much straight into another, and the timescales of that had to be factored in. But the one thing that I did say, probably the biggest stress that I had on my mind this off season was going to be the installation of solar. To be honest, we never noticed them on site. They literally came in, put the scaffolding up, put the solar on the roof, taken the scaffolding down, and not one of their workers interrupted anything that we did. So it was seamless in terms of the project. For us now, it's about having those conversations again about the EV. That's what we're wanting to install next, and hopefully that will be a success as well.
That's a great point as well. As more people adopt electric vehicles, there's going to be more need to charge at places like football grounds. So if you've got a lot of parking and even staff that are working here during the day and during the weekend, being able to plug in while they're at work and leave at the end of the day fully charged.
That's
That's
right.
going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, and again, as a football club, we're in a privileged position because our main club partner, JCT 600, who are a car dealership, they offer the salary sacrifice scheme. And myself now, I've been driving an EV now for about 8 months, and I've found the transition to be great. You know, it's saving me a lot of money. It's helping the planet, and like you said, I think from a workforce, yes, we need EV charging here just to safeguard us from some of the charges that you find at public charging points.
So you mentioned you've already got the solar. Next stage is the EV charging, but then also the battery. And you know, it's kind of like what comes first, the chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
But you could have battery storage before you even get solar and still be, saving money on that. So batteries obviously means you can charge up and export that when energy's more expensive.
That's right, and the thing for us is certainly during the winter months where we've got the lights on the pitch, where you travel past here on a night and you can just see the stadium lit up, and you just think it's costing us a fortune. The opportunity to have battery storage in the stadium as well, that anxiety will certainly be removed. The staff are based at the club, so the day-to-day office space, again, it uses a lot of energy. But you're right, the floodlights, the lights on the pitch, we're just like any other household, really. We're as a industrial commercial outlet. We've got people here that can be sometimes it's not their money, so they're not too bothered about leaving heaters on or leaving lights on. But as a football club, that's where the mass reductions happen for us. We've already seen the reductions that we're saving. Whereas if we didn't bother with this journey, we would be struggling now to put the players that we've got on the field, because it's only going to come out of one area, and it's going to have to be out of the player or staffing budget. It's the only way we maximise our income streams in League Two for where we're at. We're a big size club in League Two. We're averaging 18,000 fans. So in terms of increasing revenue is very difficult for us. So saving the expenditure is where it's crucial for us.
So would you recommend working with Synergy? Would you recommend to other clubs working with Synergy?
Without a shadow of a doubt, the guys have been absolutely brilliant, and we're so thankful for them. And like I said before, they caused us no issues when they were on site. We barely knew they were around. They came on for a couple of weeks. So in terms of a football club where that window of opportunity to install large-scale projects, a couple of weeks, everybody's got that time. So I think they've been brilliant, and I can't wait for the next project. Bradford City Football Club being a one-club city, we have a real responsibility to be a bit of a flagship of projects. And I think, us being the beacon for sustainability in the city, I think that's great.